some important stuff that I want all of you to know. And so I want to record this and yeah, have that happen. Okay. Alrighty. Actually, I am gonna mute you guys. Oh, you muted yourselves. Okay, we're good. Alrighty. So, okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about tonight, and this is actually great because I know you, Rochelle, are in your VIPs. So, this will be kind of great for you. So once you hit your VIPs, which is your 4 customers and your 4 promoters, and you get 1,600 in sales or volume, we're going to rinse and repeat. So our goal is to repeat that VIP 1,600 as much as possible. 4 customers, 4 promoters, and if you can do it once a month, that's great. If you can do even half of that every month, that's amazing. But just working towards that, because I was thinking for a while, what is a great way to keep going that's duplicatable and easy to duplicate and easy to repeat and easy to do over and over again. It's like, hello, VIP 1,600. You come in the business your first 2 weeks, you do your VIP 1,600 or 800, and why not just keep repeating that? So that's what I've personally been working towards. Actually, Em and I talked about this a couple weeks ago. It kind of just came to me when I was watching a live video about attraction marketing. And you have to find the basics of your business and get really good at the basics, really good at the fundamentals. I mean, with basketball, you don't change the game constantly. You just go after the fundamentals constantly, and you learn the fundamentals, and you repeat them and repeat them and repeat them, and that's how you're a good basketball player. So let's work on just repeating the VIP 1,600, going for it all the time, 4 customers, 4 promoters. For the promoters, let's try and get them at a minimum 200 promoter pack. We want to do that because, one, that gets them a deal. So they're going to spend $200, but they're going to get about $250 of product, because they're getting 1 month of capsules, a half month of shake, and 2 months of DFTs, which is great as well because they have all their product to use for the month so that they can be using the product and start on the product. But then with the extra 30 days of DFTs, they can give that to their first customer. Or maybe after they hit their VIP 1,600, they can say, my next customer that signs up with me, or even the next promoter, I'll give you a free pack of DFTs. And that's a really great promotion. They could even, use that for samples and just get more shake and more capsules, whatever they want to do with that. But just pushing that 200 pack minimum is crucial. As for packs, though, when people are signing up, I like to tell them that we have the $400 and $800 pack before I offer any other pack, because one, this month, $400 and $800 packs are double QV or double BB. Is it QV, Em? I'm pretty sure it's QV.
Are you talking for this month?
Yeah, for 400 and 800 packs.
Yeah, it's double QV.
Okay.
No. It is double BV because it's BV. It's BV.
Wait, no, I think it's QV. Hold on, let me check. let me just check this out really quick. I'm pretty sure it's QV because it loads to your wheel. But let me see.
Then yeah, I think it is QV.
Yes, double QV. And we also have double QV on all auto shipment orders. So that's another
That's for the money back.
When you sign up a customer, put them on an auto shipment and then tell them, hey, in 2 weeks, I'm going to, although we don't really have 2 weeks left in the month, but you can tell them, hey, I'm going to, what I do with customers, say that the double QB didn't exist. what I do with customers is when I sign them up, I say, hey, I get their order in, and I say, okay, in 2 weeks, I'm going to check in with you. So in 2 weeks, I check in with them, and I say, how are you liking your product? You know, have you been seeing results? Blah, blah, blah. And then I'm going to ask them, okay, in 2 weeks, I have an auto shipment set to process for you. So that way you don't forget to order your product and you can make sure that you stay on the product and keep seeing results. Is that okay? So I set up an auto shipment when they order because, one, that's going to get them about $12 to $15 off. So you want to do that because they're going to pay more if you don't. Now, if they say like for sure that they just want to get a 1 month order, they don't want to do an auto shipment or anything like that, you can put it on an auto shipment, send the order through, and then cancel the auto shipment as soon as the order's through because they'll still get the discount. But yeah, so that's what I do. But yeah, so back to packs, I push the 400 and 800 pack. So when people say, you know, I'm talking to a potential promoter and they say, how much is it to join? I say, let me send you 2 of the packs that I personally recommend, and then we can go from there. So I send them the $400 and $800 pack, and I can actually send my descriptions of each packs in the group chat, so that way you guys have them. I have them saved in my notes on my phone. But I send the $400 and $800 pack subscriptions. I always tell them I recommend the $400 pack. I have sold an $800 pack before, but it can be a little bit more difficult because that's a lot of money. But those are the 2 packs that I send them first. And if they say, okay, well, that's kind of a little bit out of my budget, then I'll send them, you know, the $200 pack and then they can do a little bit lesser if that's still kind of out of their budget. But I always start off with the more expensive because you can always go down. And then, you know, 400 and 800 packs are going to help you the most because, you know, if say it was a double Hubie, that's $400 or $800 in volume that's going to load to your wheel. And Rochelle, since you're in your VIPs, that is like quickly, if you sold 2 800 packs, or if you sold 400 packs for your 4 promoters, that gets you to 1,600 volume like that. So all you have to do is get 4 customers, and they don't have to be a certain amount because you've already hit the volume that you need. So yeah, so VIP 1,600, rinse, repeat. I wanted to talk a little bit about attraction marketing. One thing that I've learned, I probably learned this a couple months ago, and I've been trying to repeat it back to our team. But I stopped saying Lavelle and I stopped saying Thrive on any of my posts, any of them. And another thing that I'm going to start doing, actually deleted all my posts that had this in it today, is I don't post physical pictures of the product. So like this. I'm not going to post a physical picture of this because it says Thrive right on it. I'm going to post, like in my story, you'll see a lot on Instagram in my stories. I'll like take pictures of my vitamins every morning. So I'll post the back of it so everybody can see what's in it, but they don't know what it is. Because you want to create curiosity and interest, and you want people to have a reason to message you and go, what is that? What are you using? What's that patch that you have on? What does it do? And not, you know, talk about, oh, this is my Thrive and blah, 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 because you're giving people all the information you need, and so they don't need to message you. And when you get people in your inbox, you can explain things to them and you can help them, and you can kind of veer the conversation the way that you want it to go. So yeah, not saying Thrive or Lavelle in my post. Instead, I say things like business opportunity, my business, my company, my 3 steps, premium nutrition, different things like that, because that's still compliant as to talking about the products. Or I'll say DFT or my wearable nutrition. We got to make sure we're not saying patch. But that still is compliant to talking about the company and the products, but you're not giving people the whole story. And that's your thing, is you don't want to give people the whole story. You want to give them tidbits, so that way they want to go, oh, well, I'm still confused as to what this is, so I'm going to message her and find out. And then you get to talk to people and you get people in your inbox. And that's what our goal is you don't want to have to message people. I mean, at first, yes, you're going to have to message people. I still have to message people. But eventually it should get to the point where people are knocking down and banging down your door to get information about what you're doing and these products and what the business opportunity is. and not knowing about it because you're not giving them every little last bit of information in your post. Yeah, and so try not to show the products as much as possible is another thing that I wrote down, which I just went over. Okay, and then the last thing I want to talk about, I know this is kind of short, but it's just a couple things I kind of just wanted to go over with you guys. The last thing I wanted to talk about is when you're posting about 3-day mini experiences, try to avoid at all costs using the word sample. Because I've had a lot of people message me, and because I use the word sample, they think it's automatically free. And it's not. You have to make money. This is premium nutrition. It's not something you get at the dollar store. If they want something for $1 for free, they can go to the dollar store or they can go to the flea market. This is premium grade nutrition that you cannot find. It's not sold in stores. You cannot find this anywhere else but through a promoter. And so I like to say, instead of saying sample, I say 3-day mini experience, 5-day mini experience, 3-day experience, mini experience, different things like that. And if you do not have product on hand to give, to send out samples, because our ultimate goal is to get the product in people's hands. And if that means selling samples, that means selling samples, because we want to get the products in people's hands as much as possible. So if you do not have product on hand to sell samples, come to me or go in one of the other group chats and go to a leader. I know Nikki has a lot of samples. I know Emily has some right now. I don't know if she's willing to give those out. And I know that I think Shelby does.
I have some. I have plenty, so you guys can always come to me too.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so there's tons of leaders and I'm trying to get samples. I'm in the process of it. But there's tons of leaders that have products for samples. So if you don't have samples and someone's like, I want to support you and be a customer, but I kind of want to try the product first, that's totally fine. Go to a leader, go to somebody, ask them the bigger group chats and say, does anybody have product for samples? Then you'll get the money from the person. You'll send it to the person that's sending off the sample and send them their address, and they'll send it out for you. So you won't be making money for the samples, but you're still getting the product in people's hands, and those are still potential customers or promoters. And that's the key for sure. I just had Emily send out a sample for me. A girl wanted a 5-day sample, and I ran out of product. And so she sent it to the girl, but this girl's like, I really want to order. I just want to try it first. Okay, that's no problem. We can totally get you a 3-day or 5-day sample. So if you don't have samples, please, please, please go to a leader. That is everything that I wanted to cover tonight. But if you guys have questions, if you want advice about something, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. Anybody? No? No one? No? Okay. Alrighty, guys. Well, I will send my pack descriptions in the group chat, so that way you guys have those. If you do think of questions later, maybe something I talked about that you were kind of confused on, or wanted extra clarification, just type it in the group chat. I'm going to export this, and I'm actually going to make a YouTube channel so that way we have them all in one place. And then as soon as that's all done, I will drop it in the group chat for you guys. Okay, I hope you guys have a really awesome rest of your Wednesday, and thank you for hopping on. Bye, guys.